Good morning, Western Slope. Happy Friday. I'm Dalen Brazelton. Let's talk about your weather, folks. It's going to be another warm one here today for the Grand Valley. Taking a look at America's Mattress Live Tower Cam, we're already starting to see the sky changing colors here as that sun begins to rise behind the mountains here. It's going to be a good one, although a very warm one here. You can expect those temperatures in the mid to upper 90s for today. And of course, as we head into the weekend, it's expected to continue to get even warmer. We've got exceedingly hot conditions for today and for the rest of the weekend, going into next week as well, with our first real chance at seeing 100 degrees for the year. More on that in just a second. Let's talk about today, though. You're waking up to 72 degrees in Grand Junction. Montrose and Paonia both seeing 64 degrees today. Nucleus 62. Delta seeing those upper 50s, with Moab, of course, being a little bit warmer than the rest in those mid 70s to kick off the day today. Over the next 12 hours, you can expect a pretty gradual increase in temperature, really starting around that 9 o'clock hour, of course, as that sun starts to really warm us up after rising above those mountains. 90 degrees, though, kicking off around noon today, so a very warm afternoon ahead, and it's just going to keep on getting hotter, folks. Take a look at this. 96 degrees starting at 4 p.m., 95 at 2 o'clock, so we've got just an afternoon of misery ahead. Make sure that swamp cooler is on and working. For that dog walking forecast, we got Rizzy hanging out with us here, and it's going to be a good morning to take your dog out for a walk. We got 67 degrees projected for 7 in the morning, just a little bit of wind speeds throughout the day to kind of keep you nice and cool on that walk. But of course, be on the lookout. By the time we're getting into that afternoon hours, we're in those mid 90s, so things going to be incredibly hot on those dogs' paws. Now, we have a couple more tips coming up later in the show for Pet Rescue Crew on how to make sure your dog can stay nice and cool during these warm temperatures. For that pollen outlook, trees and mold in that low category, with grasses still in that moderate section. No traces for weeds as far as allergies are concerned, but with 3 different kinds of allergens in the air, no matter how low they may be, still can be a little bit irritating going into the weekend, so keep all of that in mind as well. Over the next 5 days, we've got some incredibly hot temperatures. Now, this red line here is usually where we should be for this time of year, and as you can see, we are significantly above that. Tomorrow, 98 degrees. Sunday and Monday both projected to be 100-degree days here on the Western Slope, and then kind of starts to decrease a little bit, but only into the mid-90s. Speaking of 100-degree days, folks, we've got some information here for you as to when we've been seeing the first 100-degree days of the year. 2 years ago, it was all the way back in July. Last year, it was June 12th, and then we're seeing some pretty similar conditions to that this year, where it's projected to be June 15th, this Sunday, the first 100-degree day of the year. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more about that when it actually arrives on Sunday. Grand Junction today expected to see 96 degrees, with Montrose in the 90s as well. Delta seeing a little bit warmer conditions actually in the 90s, with that drought monitor still seeing some extreme conditions for Grand Junction and for Montrose, kind of pushing down further south even for today. As we look ahead for that Discovery Auto Group 7-day forecast, going to be seeing mostly clear skies for today and really a majority of the weekend. A little bit of cloud coverage rolling in for Sunday as we've got that 100-degree day possibly heading our way. Montrose slightly cooler, but honestly not by much, seeing those 90s still. Overnight lows in the upper 50s, but all things considered, it's definitely going to be a hot weekend ahead.